You're scared of buying a salvage car. Good, you should be. Most people rebuilding them are cutting corners you'll never see, until it's too late. But that fear isn't really about the title on the paper. It's about not knowing who did the work. Today I'm breaking down exactly what a salvage title means, why it's not the red flag most people think, and the one thing you should actually check before buying one, what salvage actually means. Let's start with the basics, because most of the fear comes from not knowing this part. A car gets branded salvage when an insurance company decides the cost to repair it is more than a certain percentage of its value, usually somewhere around 70 to 75%, depending on the state. That's it. That's the whole trigger. It's not judgment on how dangerous a car is. It's an insurance math decision. A car with a cracked bumper and a smashed headlight can get totaled the same way a car with a real structural damage can, because the calculation is about cost, not safety. So when you see salvage, it's telling you the car had expensive damage. It's not telling you whether that damage was fixed correctly. That distinction is everything. Here's why the fear exists, and honestly, it's earned. There are shops that buy salvage cars, do the minimum to make them look presentable, and sell them fast before anyone looks too closely. Bent frames that never got properly measured, airbags that don't get replaced correctly, electrical systems that get patched instead of fixed. That happens. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. And that's exactly why the salvage title itself isn't the problem you should be focused on. The person who rebuilt the car is the problem or the solution. What actually matters? Transparency. So here's the real question to ask before buying any rebuilt car. Can you show me the entire process? Not just a few after photos, the entire thing. The toe-in, the tear-down, the parts that got replaced, the alignment, the paint, the final inspection. If a seller can show you that, or won't, that's your answer, not the title. Then, this is why I film every single build from intake to sale. Every car on my channel, you can watch the damage, watch the repair, and see exactly what went into it before you'd ever consider buying one. That's not a gimmick. That's the actual standard the industry should hold itself to, and most of it doesn't. A frame that's been pulled and measured correctly is safe. A wiring harness that's been properly repaired is safe. The problem was never salvage. The problem is invisible work. Transparency is what makes invisible work visible. I'll say it again. Transparency is what makes invisible work visible. If you're looking at a rebuild or salvage title car right now, here's what actually matters. Number 1, ask for the full repair history and documentation, not just a clean title after rebrand. Number 2, ask if there's a frame measurement report. Any legitimate shop can pull this. 3, ask to see photos or video of the actual repair, not just before and after. 4, get it inspected by an independent mechanic before you buy it, not after. 5, trust how the seller responds to these questions. More than anything else, someone confident in their work will show you everything without hesitation. Someone hiding something will get defensive or vague. That reaction tells you more than the title ever will. A salvage title isn't a warning label. It's just a note about what happened to the car. What actually matters is who touched it after. I rebuild every car the same way. Full transparency, every step documented, because that's the only way to actually prove a rebuild was done right. If you want to see the full process on a real build, I've got new ones posted every week. And if you're thinking about buying a rebuilt car, ask the questions I just gave you before you hand over $1. New builds every week. I'll see you in the next one. Julio, Outer Dimensions LLC.